Well, the lads have gone out and got a load of sand quite early this morning, so they were on site a bit earlier than we were. And they did a little bit of digging out, but I'm still not entirely happy with the levelling of this site prior to concreting. However, they reckon they've taken a line across this wall here, which you can see in red, which corresponds with my marks along this wall for where the concrete's going to be. Although, well, I hope they've done that correctly, because I really didn't discuss my marks with them. I was doing it all myself. Anyway, we've got the first bit of concrete going down in the corner here, so I will make sure that I check the marking against the wall at least, and then the fall away from the house. So I think I'm going to have to keep a very close eye on this, because this is absolutely critical to the whole project now. I mean, this wall that's been built will hold back water from rainfall from further up in the village, but we're still going to get a lot of water on this site from our own roof. And if we don't get the falls right on this path now around the house, we could see the water pooling or just settling by the house walls again, which is something I just don't want, even with the plastic sheeting in place. So yeah, critical time now. I have to say, low down from this side, it all looks pretty level now across there. The middle was far too high. We've just dug out a load of middle. From the other end it doesn't look so good, but this way it looks a bit better, so maybe everything will be alright. Right, let's approach it from this side. I need to get hold of something and start to flatten this out, really, just to get the first bit done to my satisfaction, because I'm a fussy bugger. I know I'm a control freak, but the reason I'm a control freak with these sorts of things is because I want to do it right first time, and these guys are very, very competent at what they do, but there are some things they don't do to absolute perfection or understand the importance of necessarily. Hence, somebody building this house at the wrong level for the ground. Someone should have shouted out, but there you go. Right, well, I'm keeping a very, very close eye on this, because when I checked the levels for the first section, it was actually sloping the wrong way. So the first section now is sloping towards me and away from the house. Not by very much, but it is sloping, so that's good. I had to go home to get my Wellington boots so I can stand in this to do some checks. And they poured the first section in my absence, and so I didn't get to actually watch them pour it to the mark on the wall that I'd made. Right, got a team down there loading the barrow. Got a chap in charge of transporting the barrow. We've got 2 mixers and we've got a leveller. It's going well. I am keeping a close eye on it. I'm trying to make sure the levels are right. I suppose if it is wrong at the end of the day, it's going to be my fault, because I'm the one that did the ultimate check. But it's quite difficult to check every single part of this. You can take 2 or 3 measurements. I suspect we'll still end up with a bit of pooling somewhere. And they probably think I'm an arse because I am keeping such a tight control over this. I'm standing over them and checking the levels every time they pour one of their mixing buckets into the onto the ground. But like I've said, absolutely crucial to the whole thing, really. I think we'll have quite a bit of plastic sticking up around this side of the house as the concrete level decreases relative to the house. There's a little bit sticking up down here towards this corner, and I'm actually going to leave it. I'm not going to cut it off. I'm just going to leave it because then if we do get any water going towards the house, the plastic should actually stop it touching the house. And there's just one area where the plastic's disappeared under the concrete. Now we've got an interesting corner to get around. So I've sort of tried to explain. We've got to make that corner there slightly higher, but we've got to make the middle bit lower. So we've got to slope down like that and slope down like that. I don't mind if there's a very defined channel around there, to be honest with you, as long as it works. Right, got to the end of the first section. Just got to try and get this corner right for the drainage, really. Just got to get the water to drain around the corner. And once we start this straight bit, we can just let it drain straight the way down, really, and just make an edge around the house if we need to. Right, it's after lunch, 1 o'clock. We've done some more digging out. I've done some more digging out, I should say, under protests from Suntory and comments from various people, I'm sure, in Thai. Seem to think I'm obsessed with digging out, but the reality is that the centre was too high, and any slope we had going from your right, as you're watching it now, to the left, which is what we require, may well have meant that the concrete in the middle was virtually nothing. It may have actually stopped us from getting the slope we need anyway. So anyway, I didn't really have any lunch. I spent my time digging out and then got some help moving it, because they had to at that point, didn't they? Because it was piles of earth. So they're going to put the wire down now, and as is traditional here, they just lay wire on bare earth, really, and pour concrete on it, and then sort of try and lift it up a little bit with one of their hose or something. It does end up inside the concrete, but bearing in mind that the floor here is only going to be 5 centimetres thick, it doesn't really matter if it's just inside or at the bottom. It does seem to work. This is going quite fast now. They haven't actually got much to do now. They've done about half of what was left after lunch. There's a different chap on the levelling, and he seems to be more in tune with what I want. So although I'm peering over his shoulder, I'm leaving him to it somewhat, because he's checking the actual fall every time he does it, and he's getting the fall pretty good actually. It's going away from the house very gently, and he's building it up against the house, slightly higher maybe than it's marked on the wall, but that doesn't matter, because at least it will keep the water away from the walls. So yes, we're an hour into this afternoon session, and judging by the speed they're going, they'll be finished in another 2 hours. So that'll be 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So then hopefully hopefully they'll do something else. I know they'll dress the surface. I think they dress the surface afterwards once it's gone off enough for them to be able to walk on it. Quite how long that will take, I don't know. Almost there, just mixing up a small load now to finish off. This chap in the blue shirts, he's in charge of levels, and he knows exactly what he needs to do. I haven't had much input this afternoon. I'm sure he'll make a good job of the join between the two sets of concrete. I'm messing about there. Of course, they've mixed the perfect amount. Haha.